Anyway, winter approaches, but before we get to that, we've got the rest of today's show to get through. And it starts, as always, with our Indie of the Week.
Oh, yeah.
And this week, it is Products for Wargamers.
The internet.
Not quite.
Your local scrapyard.
Yeah.
Is it products or products?
I don't know the difference with the bunny ears. So let's say the bunny ear one, because it's flashier.
That's the funnier one, yeah.
So Products for Wargamers. There is a reason. We'll get to the reason right at the very end as to why I've picked this for this week. But you can see they're a delightful little company that do things mostly in the way of laser cutting bits, which is very good. So they have a variety of things. Some bits and pieces bought in from other companies, some that they produce themselves. I won't explain why I found them yet, because that would ruin the surprise. The medium of laser cut, obviously, people are well aware of it. There's big companies out there like Litco and the like, and who are knocking stuff out there. But if you're looking to get your hands on a load of tokens or bits and pieces for gaming, you want to drop a fog bank, pop smoke in Flames of War, or throw off an ice wall in something like Frostgrave, then they're handy to have, because you can flat pack them, store them, away, and then just take them out when you need them. Which is, there's a lot to be said for not having to have everything three-dimensional all the time, especially for a variety of games.
It is a game, after all. So
that's what they tell me.
Yeah.
So they do a few pages worth of the tokens and bits and pieces, acrylic and MDF. Some of them are for specific games, as you can see, Pickett's Charge. Then they do little bundles. I think there's a whole set for the Union for Pickett's Charge.
May this have something to do with why you were looking at this site, Gerry?
No. I found this site a long time ago, long before Shay seduced me with 6mm ACW. But the fact that they exist isn't terrible. I like the wee flame markers as well.
Yeah,
they're really cute.
They're really nice.
Yeah, I like the fact that they do the flat ones and also the ones that interslot.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's one of the ways that they help drop down. It does give you the base sizes on them, by the way. So I know some of them have got like a 15mm base ring, which is roughly the size of a turret ring for Flames, I think, on the old resin ones. Anyway.
Not far off, yeah.
So you can just take the turret off and pop it on top of the base
That's
ring,
nice.
and it just sits. Then obviously there's the various acrylic and just generic as well. If you just need tokens, there's even some for a game called Saga, I believe. Just in case you're after some fatigue markers.
Yeah, I thought this was some form of weird, round tile Scrabble for a second.
Also, yes.
These are really weird. What are they called? Love hearts.
Love
heart sweets. Yeah.
So put love hearts for Wargamers now. There's
and then say crew shaking,
hatred, down, hatred. Yeah, I'm not sure about this new flavor, lad. It tastes a wee bit ashy.
These are my favorite. The ones with the wacky letters on them.
That's cool.
I like that.
Which is why I've got about 50 of them sitting over there. And I've no idea why, but I've plenty of games where occasionally things do get shaken or broken and you need to know. So, it's handy. Anyway.
Whenever a bit of your tech breaks down, you just grab a bit of super glue, dot, done. That's broken.
So there's a whole host of those things. You can also get acrylic and MDF bases. Yeah. So clear acrylic ones, and then bases and movement trays, as you would expect. A variety therein. Handy for various games, as they say. Skirmish trays, good if people want to play the old world where they refuse to rebase the GW's demands. Don't give in to terrorism, kids. Just because they say your base has to go from a 20mm perfectly formed square to some sort of ridiculous size 30mm or whatever it is these days. Just put them in one of these instead. Bam, done.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or
live with the footprints, man.
Or Oathmark, or your regular bases. They're all kind of cool, kind of fun, funky. We like them. There's one other little thing before we have a look at the buildings, which is the terrain. And the terrain it's classic for Wargamers by Wargamers. So it is just, you want hills, you want barbed wire sets, whatever it happens to be.
Here's a hill.
Here's stuff that we have done.
Yeah, this is what we needed for our war games, so you might need it for your war games.
Yeah.
So, you just go ahead and get it shipped to you, and away you go with your life.
Nice.
Price point is ridiculously low.
Depends on the size of the thing. So, it's not a massive doohickey to deal with. But obviously very good for people getting into World War I gaming, of which seems to be more and more these days.
A war transformed.
That's happening quite a bit. So our buildings come in 4 flavors: industrial, medieval, residential, or moderns, as I term it, and wiki wiki wah wah.
Love it.
Let's start with Wild West. Why not? Good call there, Justin. I like it.
I was going elsewhere, but I guess Gerry's telepathy was slightly off.
No. Best place to go.
Call back to XLBS. See Ben's girlfriend. You can paint Wild West houses with lots of colour on them. They don't look stupid.
They look fantastic. Yeah. Look how bright and beautiful it is. Actually, I've seen somebody doing weathering. They painted them like this. They were really bright, and then got weathering pencils and used them to do the edges and stuff because it was really quick. So that might be one for you, Benjamin.
I suppose if you're in a desert, the building will get sandblasted.
Yeah.
It might do. These are the things that are sent to try us. So, as you can see, you get the dimensions and a quick pick of them. They are just simple MDF buildings. You're not going to be confused or baffled by what they are when they arrive. The sheriff's office, I think, has the little... is this the one with the little shed out the back? It is.
Well, it does come with the name of it as well.
Yeah. Oh, these are
that's all ready for you.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So you don't have to paint it on because nobody wants to do that with their life.
I was going to say it's actually quite surprising just how deep the engraving is on that.
I think they just cut all the way through.
Yeah,
maybe that looks like it's like engraved like a couple of 3 mil down into it, which actually takes a surprising amount of power from your lasers.
Maybe he's got a powerful laser, and he no longer had mutant sea bass to put them on.
You just see him standing over it with the finger up like this, going lasers.
Little freight station that you can have alongside your choo-choo puff-puff line for Lud. So everything you need, including we'll get there soon.
That's cute.
We're Amish building here. We just get a load of people in, and we'll raise this barn in a day. And then they went, you know what, I'm going to give up here, lads.
Break for lunch.
For lunch.
Yeah.
Although I have seen some people there's like a canvas paper you can get to wrap over this, like the tinting.
Yeah. Which is it's another good way to change up the look of the building very simply, because you can get a couple of them and have them at various levels of construction, and then have the canvas over to keep it dry before they put the planking and the like on. So any sort of decent grade tissue paper will do. Or wax paper, like a greaseproof paper, where when you're baking, just take some of your baking paper and put it to one side, and you're good to go with it. So yes, the Wiki Wiki Waba.
Very nice.
It's a delightful place to come and visit, and as you can see, there's quite a few of them, including various saloons.
Not bank breaking in the wallet either.
No, because they are just. It's just what wargamers want. You need to fill a table with Wild West stuff.
Yep.
Go basic. If you want to put more detail on afterwards, you can definitely do that. And we've seen plenty of stuff recently. Sarissa and all do a ton of stuff where you can use it to upgrade or just sort of flesh out the final look of it if you want to. But I think Wild West is spot on as is.
Yeah, but the amount of variation that you're going to want, because every building had its own role.
It's all unique. It was all unique builds, more or less.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll go residential then, since you asked, and it's also very small. So
I'm so polite, aren't I?
Yep. So it's really just modular house. There's an additional floor, so the middle floor level, so you can do your Marvel Crisis Protocol or your Walking Dead or whatever modern you want to do. From basic building to multiple story high rise, and then there's also the little residential building. Again, it is what it is. It's nice and simple. Ton of time on the laser getting all the brickwork cut, mind you.
See, things like this, I would be very tempted to actually prime it while it's still on the frame.
Yes.
Just to speed up your painting.
I had that thing when I was looking at building my Wild West stuff, I just kind of built it and then primed it. But I think going the route that you said and doing it on the frame seems like a better option, actually, because it just makes it a lot easier.
Well, it means then you're just taking care of the edging.
Yeah. Which is good.
And a little teeny tiny houselet in case you want to run about the streets in the teeny tiny houselet. What one do I think he wants? We'll go for the medieval.
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah,
I like those.
We'll start with the dice tower.
That is a very nice dice tower.
There's a few places do things like this, and you too can have a dice tower on your gaming table without people realizing it. And the fact that it has little doors that you can close.
Why does Gerry keep chucking his dice into the tray?
Yeah, but
one of these, I bought a load of them. One of them's a dice tower. I can't remember which.
Keep trying until I find out.
The fact that you can close the doors and then it's just like the Kool-Aid man.
Well, yeah. Well, it depends. I was going to say it depends how heavy your dice are, but I have a set of metal dice that would collide through those doors.
Blow the doors out.
Without anything.
Yeah, you see Gerry drops them in, the entire thing falls apart. You were only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
But it's just, the fretwork on it. The timber beams. Is just
this would be one of those.
Gorgeous.
This would be one of those kits that you do in the way that Justin was saying, where you'd spray the different bits on the
on the frame,
and then put them together, because otherwise you're having to worry about doing all the details on the timbers and stuff, aren't you? Then,
Sure, you're not going to do.
Yeah.
And it's all right. Here's a little side note. It's nice to see that these fit in really well with the deep cut mats.
Yes.
True. Yep.
Yeah.
But no, I like this style of like fantasy / historical-esque village that you can do, because then you can use it for like multiple games.
Yeah.
Really, you're saving money by buying it.
Yes, of course.
You can see there the stackery going on. I mean, it'd be perfect for
the interlink is interesting in it.
Yes. I'm just got that stuck in my head now from Blade Runner 2049. Interlinked. But yeah, I think the medieval range is possibly one of my favorites.
Very nice.
It's just so distinctive and evocative. And I mean, it's one of those things where if you want to come in and actually put your own shingling over the top to dress this up a bit more and do a bit of plaster work or stone work on the...
or even outside, getting little bits of clear coloured plastic to do your stained glass windowage. If you really want to go mad.
I mean, you don't even... There's the shingles. You don't even have to go particularly... over the top of that. Just get a blister pack and then just grab some overhead projector pens in various colors and just scribble colors on them and then cut them out and stick them on the back. Boom. Stained glass, done and dusted in no time.
Yeah.
I've got him. That's the Keith Flint preacher from the Sisters of Battle.
Oh, yeah.
I've painted mine up like Keith Flint from Firestarter. He's wearing a Stars and Stripes robe.
Amazing.
I forgot about that. I should find him. I won't find him. I can't be arsed.
Yeah, that looks like a really fun table to play on.
It's got a lot going on for it, doesn't it? It's very nice.
So I don't like the accent change.
But there's the other thing. I remember we did something similar to this, similar style of buildings and stuff, and we actually put like tiny little battery lights inside everything so that we could turn it all down and make it all nice glowy and stuff.
Which weekend was that?
Fabled Realms one, I think.
Fabled Realms, yeah.
That's right.
So,
yeah, where I finally had to finish the bloody inn. It took me a year to build.
Very nice.
Like a you problem.
It was a me problem.
Lazy boy. Anyway, so the medieval classic, and we'll finish off with the industrial, because I believe that people quite like things like the Necromundas, the firefights, the Judge Dreads, and All Points North. And these are
Judge Dread. Gerry, I'd never have thought you'd have liked that.
What can I say?
I thought it was 1999 AD he preferred.
What?
He really tried to pull a joke out of his arse.
Yeah, no, even the way I said it came out wrong. I feel ashamed of myself. I'm sorry, folks.
Space 1999 is great, though. Martin Landau was fantastic.
Got that.
There we go.
I really like these... I really like the textures that they've gone with as well. Having the hex plates, the bars, the
digital camo style type stuff.
The shred plate.
This would look fabulous for some Infinity gameplay.
Yeah. I wonder if they're
up and down levels.
Objective room size as well. That could be quite interesting. See what the dimensions of those are. So fight it up and down.
Yeah.
I just really want that. I really want lots of that for some reason.
Just a big industrial complex.
Yeah.
John wants to expand his Gundam diorama.
I'll make it the Nord Stream pipeline end.
Oh, right.
Set one half of it on fire.
That also helps.
And it's HDF, so you could literally set it on fire, get a real effect.
I like the use of tubing at the back as well.
Yes.
So you actually have tubes.
Oops.
This I quite like, that little like subterranean sewer piping bit.
There's always a sewer level.
The rest of the Nord Stream there. Look, you can even turn it on and off, John.
I wonder how modular this particular kit is, or if it has to be built that way.
Yeah, have we got more images of it?
No, unfortunately not for this one.
I'd say it's
that's
probably
got me
quite
curious.
open, I'd guess, for you to play around with.
That's got me curious, because it looks like you've got a few different end caps that you can use to like refactor how it's laid out.
Yeah. Could be very nice to play around with anyway.
And the simplicity of their kit design, works well with industrial, because industrial is brutalist
it's
design.
Brutalist.
Yeah.
There's no need to be fancy. It's not the Victorian age anymore. You don't need to have gargoyles on every downspout.
I just need an I-beam going that way and that way.
Yep.
To be fair, though, can I just go on a little aside?
Oh, feel free.
The power station in America that was built in the 1920s, the control room was Art Deco and had a stained glass dome atop the control room. Oh, I wish I was alive in those days.
There's a similar thing in Canada. I think it's like a water treatment plant near Toronto, and it keeps being used in a variety of films because the entire front of the building is all Art Deco. It was used in The Mouth of Madness as an insane asylum and stuff. It's just every shot inside and outside looks spectacular, and you're going, this is just so weird. And around the back, they're just filtering out all the turds so that people can drink the water.
So here's an interesting thing. They're actually incorporating living hinges into this to go up and down levels. That's a very cool little piece of design.
I like that, yeah.
Ooh.
And because of all the different cutouts, it means there's definitely a degree of modularity with this.
And change where it's linked up.
Link it off in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's impressive.
They're fancy fellas.
We're back to tall things that Ben can push people off.
Always. We did mention it last week.
Unlike Star Wars, this has handrails, so I'm happy.
But only every so often. There's still plenty of pushage room around the edge.
Somewhere to lean.
Oh, I don't want people leaning. So that's the main crux of the matter. That's your buildings and the tokens and the various bits they do. Now, as to the reason why we're here, if anybody watched the Silver Bayonet week, I have a really nice set of measuring sticks that people were constantly going on different videos. Where do you get those measuring sticks? They're nice measuring sticks. Where'd you get them? And I started replying to some people, and I can't reply to everybody. And if somebody comes along and then asks that question, and I don't see it because I don't get notification, being me, I got them here. So the nice thing about these measuring sticks are, if you're a purely historic wargamer and you want the little sets, and I remember seeing this as a kid at the time and going, why in the name of God? Why? Because they used to advertise these in War Games Illustrated and stuff like that years ago.
Okay.
At no point do I need brass etched measuring devices that are done. And they used to be advertised to be within 1/3780th of an inch tolerance. I'm going, when it has to be that accurate, I don't want to be playing that game. Fast forward 20 odd years and I'm going, you know what, these are great. So I've got a couple of different sizes. They do them in inch. They do them in 40 mil and they do them in 60 mil. So if you're playing games that have unit distances, so the likes of L'Art de la Guerre, Fantastic Battles, DBM, DBA, Hail Caesar, things like that, stuff where your base size defines the measurement that it also moves. You'll find a lot of those are either 40 or 60s, and then obviously inch or inch. You can get them in a variety of flavors, brass and aluminium, or you can get half and half sets. And then they also do the super expensive knurled ones.
Oh, the grippy ones?
Yeah, for extra fanciness.
You
can have a knurled alternating set.
Wow.
So I really am kind of disappointed I didn't get the knurled one now, to be brutally honest. But, you know.
Christmas is coming.
I don't need any. I've spent too much money on metal screw together rods that I can extend because I bought multiple packs of each in inch and 40 mil size. So I've got a set, my opponent can have a set, and we can play SAG or whatever happens to be.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, it makes perfect sense for something like a silver bayonet because it's, you know, if you build enough of them together, you got your ramrod for your musket or your rifle.
Yeah,
there you go. So
here's a question, Gerry. So on some of the pictures, I'm seeing there's like a little like black. Is it a butt cap or something? What is that?
No, they're measuring again. So if you want to check whether or not like two bases will, essentially it's an additional base or measuring tool that you can set in, and the little brass bit in the center is to allow you to set it down and lift it up without chasing a base around the table.
Okay.
So
what is it for, like combat ranges or something?
Yeah, or to see whether or not units will fit in before you actually move the units.
Okay.
You know,
okay, clever.
Because now I know where Games Workshop got the idea for their combat gauges from.
From historical wargamers.
From historical wargamers.
Nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, Warhammer was a historical rule set first when they first designed it, and it's only met that everything come back to historicals in the end. But yeah, so for anybody at home who was wondering, because I use them quite a lot on Let's Plays now with Shay, because if you set it down, you can see gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, and you just go 6 inch, 5, whatever it happens to be, and it's really easy for people to see what you're doing and how far they're moving, and
that's
just
cool.
like them. So if you're after them, Products from Wargamers.
So
Other companies do them, I'm sure, but they were the best one I could find in the UK.
So Ben, make a Bitly and every Let's Play put it in the post.
Measuring sticks here.
You're looking for these. Here you go.
Stop asking Gerry. He just gets angry. All right.
Don't anger the Wookiee.
No, never do that. Okay, we shall push on and take a look at some news.